Hello everyone and welcome to SirSmuggler's Let's Play episode 53 today. And I'm right up here where I left you last episode with my new energy store here. And if you remember, I wanted to change up the setup on the engines here to make them not waste fuel so much. So the basic idea here is, once the engine starts to burn a piece of coal, it's going to keep burning that coal regardless of if it outputs any energy or not. And as it is now, most of the work that's done down here is really short, fast stuff like crating up something or things like that. And that means that only a small part of the coal is actually being turned into energy, and then the redstone signal from these gates turn off and the rest of the energy is just wasted. So I've decided, let's see, if I remove this and place it back there, and then I put the gate up here instead, and I'm gonna need more wire, so I'll go get some wire and I'll be right back. Okay, I got some wire here ready, and let's see, let's put a piece of structure pipe here right there, I think, to get the wire up here to this pipe system. So what's the idea here? Well, if I now look at this gate, I can tell it, if you do not have any pipe signal, that is, if there's no work to be done, you go ahead and disable this pipe. So, and the pipe here is of course set up to provide charcoal to this engine. And if I now just apply a constant redstone signal to this engine, it's going to burn all the fuel it has. But it's not going to receive any new fuel unless there's any work to do. So that way it will always output all the energy from the fuel it has. But at the same time it won't just continuously burn fuel if there's no work to be done. And some of the excess at least is going to be stored in this storage here. So that is the basic idea. So I'm going to do that for all engines up here and also for the peat engines, same basic idea. The ones down there. Let's just see how it's doing. And I might want to change the pipe setting here to provide only one piece. That's enough with this setup. I will just see what happens when it's grabbing that last piece. There we go. So now we got nothing in there. And I kind of want to see some work requested to see that it actually gets coal once this gate gets its red pipe signal. So maybe I need to go down there and request something just to try it out. And the sun is coming down. So I'll go sleep and request an item, and we'll see how it goes. So I requested another bookshelf, and here comes coal to this engine. So yeah, it is working. Excellent. So let me just change the setup on the rest of the engines here and I'll be back. Okay, so I got all the engines rewired, and these engines will run on this bitonomous or whatever peat, so they really run a long time on one piece. So, and seems the ash is being ejected just fine despite the piping disabled, so that's great. So if we head upstairs now, and have a look, you can see energy going into this. Small amounts, but still. But I kind of want to do a little bit more here. Yeah. I want to set up an engine dedicated to charging this thing that is not connected to the network. So I was thinking a biogas engine running on seed oil, because my little farm over here is producing way more seed oil than I can use. In fact, the chest down there is almost filled with just seeds. There's hardly any room for actual wheat in it, so I think it would be a good idea to spend some of that oil. Yeah. So let's see. Let's place this one down to begin with. But where do I want it? I kind of need to think about this. I'll be right back. Okay, I decided to place the engine here, and I also cleaned up the piping here a bit, because apparently you can charge this thing through a wooden pipe as well as discharge it, so I don't need that little loop around on the side that I had before. So this works just fine, even though it's too small a charge to see it. I do know it's working. So here's our new engine, and let's see. We're gonna have, of course, a supplier pipe on top of this. To keep some lava and some seed oil. Yeah, and let's see, we need to connect it to the network. Could go from here. Like so. And finally we need some kind of control. And I'm gonna use these gates here, and I'm going with golden gates here actually, because I need to, or rather I want to use yet another color, because I want to have two conditions for this engine to run, I think. Anyway, we'll see. Let's start it off like this. It's always cool to have a little bit of extra wiring. But really that's not how I want to do it. If I can get away with just one of these, wouldn't that be better? Yeah. So what am I thinking? Well, let's see. First off, no, not like that. This gate here is going to check for when the store is full, it will send a blue pipe signal. Or, yeah. So I want this engine to run when the store is not full, so and now I'm just derping out. Oh my. Hitting things I shouldn't. Okay, let's try that again. So if you do not have a blue pipe signal, you go ahead and send a redstone signal. So that will keep the engine running as long as this one is not full. But since this guy cannot accept input energy and output energy at the same time, it's kind of pointless to have the engine running when we have some kind of work going on. That is when this one is in draining mode. So that's where this red wire comes in. So if you don't have either of those two, that's when you can keep this one running. And why am I not getting any lava into this? Yeah, partial request needs to be set to true, because my system is currently set up to only keep one lava cell in stock. So now we should get some lava. Here comes the lava. Excellent. Now the problem with this setup here is if there's a lot of short work requests, as I suspect there might be, the engine here might be stuttering too much and wasting lots of lava, and we don't want that. But we'll just try it out for a while and we'll see how it goes. And where did the lava go? Oh yeah, of course, I need to have a liquid supplier pipe, not standard supplier pipe. My bad. So I'm gonna get that and I'll be right back. And here we go. One liquid supplier pipe should make things a lot easier. I don't know. And partial requests. Now we should get lava and it should hopefully actually go into the engine. Come on. Comes lava. Going in where it should. Excellent. And I might as well dump these as I want to have them on hand. So I suppose I could use 2 of these energy stores and have this one pump into one of them, and that one in turn, when it's full, dump into this one. If this turns out to be too unstable and wasting too much lava, I might try something like that. But for now, let's just see how this goes. Now I can actually see a little bit that something is happening. So yeah, pretty nice. I'll just leave this running for a while and we'll see if we get any surplus energy in this thing, or I suspect with this high output it's probably going to never going to build up enough charge to not drain completely every time there's some little piece of work to do. So I might want to turn this down a little. But again, we'll see. I'll just leave it and I'll be back in a while and see how it's going. So it's time to wrap up this episode, and just a few points before I leave you. The energy store is filling up nicely and everything working smoothly. I did make a little mistake here. I switched out this wooden conductive pipe for a lapis conductive pipe from Advanced Power System, because at least in this version of Buildcraft that I'm using, the wooden conductive pipe is restricted to accept a maximum of 25 MJs per tick. So when I have this one set to 55, 30 of those are just going to be wasted. But this lapis pipe doesn't have that kind of restriction, so it will gladly accept everything. So just a small fix up there. And what else? Well, yes, this engine here, I was a bit worried about the lava consumption, but as it turns out, the temperature of this, when it doesn't work, the temperature starts falling, of course, but it falls slow enough that most of the interruptions in the workings here are not long enough to cool it down so that it needs to use any lava to heat up again. It stays warm enough to just start up again. So it's working out real nice. And with that, I think it's time to leave you. And again, thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope I see you again. Until next time, bye bye.